Welcome to the late night episode. You are joining Alexander McKegg and Jason Rigby in the higher density living studio. And the question we want to ask tonight is, can we really stop an alien invasion?
Can we?
No.
I hate to say this.
I'm going to be honest about it. No.
Well, okay. I want to break it down. First, I think first we need to understand movies and Ender's Game, Starship Troopers, Independence Day, War of the Worlds, all that. And then that's our view of it as being apes, basically, because that's what an alien civilization that's advanced is going to look at. So let's go there. Like if you were a fourth density service to others.
You mean self?
Or service, we'll go service to self. That'll be negative. So we can go there.
I'm assuming if there's an invasion, they're negative.
That would be, if it's an invasion, it'd be negative. So you're a level 4
spacefaring negative race.
Yeah, and you're reptilian. I love reptilian. You should see some of our reptilian t-shirts.
Yeah, we got them.
I've got them. We've got them on higherdensityLiving.com merch store.
Yep.
So let's do level 4.
Okay, Bigfoot.
And then they're what? How many years ahead of us would they be? Let's hypothetically.
If they're 4?
Yeah.
A couple million years in consciousness evolution, and they're probably 4,000 years more advanced in tech.
So they would be cyborgs with AI that's millions of years ahead of ours.
Yep.
They would have control of the sun.
Yeah, they could probably harness that power.
Yeah, they would probably have the ability to be able to have cloaking devices to cloak themselves. They probably don't even have to be here. They could probably invade
without even
send clones.
Yeah, without even showing up.
In millions of years, I mean, we're cloning now. Like we're bringing woolly mammoths back and all these extinct animals. So we brought the dodo bird back and all that stuff. So imagine millions of years. So you would just send a war clone.
Yeah. What do people think is going to happen? Let's go over something for a second. Do you remember the Arizona lights?
Yes.
Was there an early warning system? The thing just fucking showed up.
Yeah, and everybody was like, what?
Yeah, it was in the Phoenix lights. The thing was huge.
Yeah, like multiple arrays.
No early warning system.
How many people saw it? It was like 100,000 or something.
Yeah, what'd it do? Popped up.
Yes.
Okay, well, so much for our early warning system.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't do us any good.
Well, it was like in the 1950s, the ones that went over the White House.
Yeah, absolutely.
They scrambled jets.
Yeah.
They were scared.
And what did the jets do? They fucking scrambled.
Yes.
They're scrambling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrambled because there's floating things.
And they were laughing at our jets.
Yeah, like, what a joke. I'm scrambling.
Yes, exactly.
What and like what else? Like
well, I'll get into it a little bit. Stephen Hawking, we all know him. He said that if aliens ever visit us, I think the outcome would be much as when Christopher Columbus first landed in America.
What, you mean just like poisoning people with European diseases they've never had?
Well, I think they would understand. I don't think so. Here's where I'm going to disagree with that, because if you're millions of years advanced, even if you're service to self, why would you kill the human race unless you wanted the planet or whatever? And we're just monkeys. Why not enslave us?
Yeah, you dominate them, you enslave them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a free workforce.
Yeah, because service to self, Raw talks about that in the teachings. Mm-hmm. And then he talks about different planets with slavery and all that stuff on it, like reptilians or using humans, and we won't get into
as pets.
As pets.
The Playaran also say that there are spacefaring races that don't give a fuck about you, and they'll just use you for their own pleasure and kill you.
Yeah, so you have that.
And they said you should be wary of them.
So we got something like that. That would be the ones that would invade us. So why would they turn around and I don't think they would be, I think they would understand quarantine process. They would, they're millions of years advanced. They're going to know our atmosphere. This isn't going to be like Christopher Columbus just being surprised. Like I read this, so interesting you brought that up, because I read the Spanish were on their ships and they're riding and they have things. They're like, we don't know what's happening. They didn't understand it. Like they were so unconscious. They were like, we came back. We were gone for like 2 weeks and we come back and the whole tribes are dead.
Yeah.
They did not understand, it wasn't until Mr. What was his name? Pascal, or the guy, the bacteria dude or whatever. Louis, that's you know who I'm talking about.
My Pasteur.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, honestly, if I'm so advanced, what am I doing? I'm going to observe first.
Yes.
I'm not just going to trot in like, oh, I wonder what's going on over here. You know what I mean? I'm going to conquer. No, you're going to look at everything first. You're going to analyze our weapon systems.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to know exactly where we are. You are going to have us as a perfect mark. You're going to do all your calculations. You'll find every weak point.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what you're going to do.
But if there's millions of planets like Earth, then why would they want ours?
Why not?
I mean, why not?
No, let me ask you something. Why not? So say I go around conquering all day. This looks like an easy mark.
It'd be easy, yeah.
Think about people that steal things.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? Path of least resistance.
Yes.
These people look hopefully unprepared. They're killing each other.
Yes, yeah.
Well, what are they going to care if I show up and kill them?
They're on these primitive devices looking at people dance.
Yeah, what is this flat thing they stare at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that would be... and then he says this, and Stephen Hawking, he says, Christmas first land in America, which didn't turn out very well for the Native Americans.
No.
Hawking said in a 2010 documentary for the Discovery Channel. Now, when we look at what man-made weapon systems can do against an alien invasion, so this is kind of a little fun thing because we like all this government stuff.
Uh-huh.
So early warning systems, and you just mentioned that. We've spent some time building it up. We have Star Wars and all that.
Mm-hmm. Ronald Reagan,
but
you can thank him for the greatest arms race ever put together.
We have the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. NASA's monitoring the sky for incoming objects.
Planetary Defense Coordination is specifically for monitoring incoming aspects, things like asteroids and other large body objects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's not, I mean, if an alien craft, they're going to know this. They're going to know our rudimentary technology.
We only have one optical laser telescopic weapon. It's called Starfire. It sits here in the Sandia Mountain Range. One. And what do we use it for? Blasting satellites out of the sky. What happens when a fucking 45-mile wide mothership shows up? What are you going to do? Blast it all out of the sky?
It'll laugh at our weapon coming at it.
No,
it'll like a pea shooter.
It'll be like a joke. It'll be a joke. Or
and it's going to have defense systems and all that stuff. So.
And what are you going to do? You going to nuke them?
Yeah, and that's the next one. So we have nuclear weapons, but you can't do like Armageddon, where you put a nuke into the asteroid and then blow it up. So, you know, or we have like a Star Wars where Luke Skywalker, you know, he flies a plane into
Independence Day.
Yeah. They're all it's all the same thing. It's just grit,
hello,
tenacity,
boys.
American.
I'm back. And then he like flies up into the thing and it blows up. You know, first of all, if you start launching nukes, a couple things are going to happen here. And I can also give an example. There's two examples of this. If you go to launch a nuke and you do an atmospheric detonation against a craft, you poison your own atmosphere.
Right.
You kill yourself at the same time.
Yeah, 100%.
That's one. Oh, that's two. Those are two things. There is an example when Kraft flew over one of our missile ranges up in Montana or Wyoming, and we were doing a test. Shut them all down. Shut the nukes down. They didn't even budge. Then there's another one. There's another very well.
There's a lot of this.
There's a very well documented event. Documented event of a high-speed photographer that was doing video footage of ballistic ICBM, like missile testing. And they had, you know, like a pseudo nuke that went up. And he's filming this thing with a high zoom camera for the United States. I don't think it was the Air Force. I think it was the Navy, maybe. And what happens? UFO shows up. He sees a beam come out of the ship on video. It moves up right next to the rocket, which is moving at who knows what fucking Mach. And then the thing spins out of control. And that's it. Shuts it down. Just destabilize and shut it off. If you start launching slow-moving nukes, they're just going to disable that stuff.
100%.
And they're going to know when you're going to launch it. Because if you've ever stood next to a nuclear missile, have you seen how big these things are?
Yeah, the Nuclear Museum here in Albuquerque.
They're huge.
Yes.
They're absolutely huge.
But they're, you know, nukes are for preemptive strikes.
Nukes are for preemptive barbarian strikes.
Yeah, barbarian strikes.
They're not defensive things.
No, and you're not going to defend against a 40-mile craft or bigger. Yeah.
That's showing up from across like the universe.
Yeah, it's like it's like the Death Star. You're not gonna that thing is just
That's why they call it the
huge,
Death Star.
It's like a planet.
It's literally why they call it the Death Star.
Yeah. And then conventional military power firearms. Are they going to our latest greatest firearms? Our drones? Are they going to harm aliens?
You think if you can cloak a ship,
right?
You can cloak yourself.
If you can go from that planet to this planet,
that's a problem for us.
Your technology is going to be a little bit better than we still have cartridges.
Yeah,
we put in firearms.
We
with gunpowder.
With gunpowder. What year did the Chinese use that?
Yeah, exactly.
We strapped fleshy human bodies on the front of giant missiles and we launched them towards planets using basic trigonometry.
Yeah, exactly.
These people are showing up, zero gravity craft, floating around, no noise.
Yes.
Full radiation shields, cloaked out and shit. And you think we got everything to fight them?
Your guns just won't malfunction. They'll just cause them to malfunction. I mean, obviously they've harnessed physics
way better than we have,
and so their weapons would just be
throwing.
They could probably just make you disappear.
Like we're throwing projectiles. That's like throwing rocks. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, and also when you look at it too. If you have fast-moving, high-energy objects like micrometeorites, then an artillery, and you're dodging that with your spacecraft, then you can dodge an artillery shell. A thing that's lobbing.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to get like you said, the trajectory.
Yeah. Sun set it back 6 degrees. We got them. No.
Yeah. Where I mean, micrometeorites, because like people don't realize a paint chip from that's where they're called this space debris.
Yep.
Like a paint trip traveling can, fuck a craft up.
Tiny little piece of plastic, rip right through it.
Yes.
But how do these things just hang around?
Yeah. And they never have problems with it. Yeah.
So weird.
Well, we went into that pretty heavy duty in one of the episodes with Daniel Fry.
White Sands incident.
Yeah.
Good memory, Jason.
Yeah. I'm surprised I remember that.
That was actually fantastic.
I remember this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good at, I remember things I'm interested in.
It's military things. Yes.
Yeah. And then secret weaponry. If aliens ever attacked us, is there any possibility the world's military powers have something secret up their sleeves to save us?
Here's what I'll tell you. I bet you, actually, I know so. We got certain weapons we can't use. All right. So for people out there, in modern combat, every weapon that's used on the battlefield is approved by lawyers.
Yes.
Shocking, isn't it? Drones had to get approved, everything else. I forget what that missile was that had the blades on it that close on people. And there are some things we have made that are not for approval. Okay. I am sure that those things would readily and quickly be used.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
But the only way you could have any success of deterring someone is if all of the countries came together with all of their deep tech.
Well, that's what they say is like, if we had an invasion, it would cause unity. But would that be too late?
Of course it's too late. Mm-hmm. Kidding me? People most of the world's not even bilingual.
Yeah. 100%.
We're going to figure it out right now, real quick. Could you imagine politicians trying to figure it out real quick when you got something floating in the sky, just burning stuff up?
Oh, it would. Yeah, I could just imagine.
Could you imagine the haunt on people? Cultures would fall apart. People would start killing each other if they saw a giant craft in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Religions, they'd be choking. It would be, my gosh, we would destroy half of our own population before we even got to the fact of dealing with
Well,
them.
I think only 30% of people believe that the latest statistics is like 30% of people believe in aliens. So if the 70% all of a sudden, if majority all of a sudden see the alien spacecraft, they're going to freak the fuck out. People will start freaking the fuck out.
It would be a huge upheaval. People would, suicides go through the roof. Mm-hmm. People would be killing each other.
100%.
It'd be horrific.
It'd be because you feel, I've watched humanity with COVID. That was just a small part of it.
That's COVID.
Where people do weird things when they feel helpless.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see something that advanced, you're helpless then.
You're 100% helpless.
And that makes people wig out.
Yeah. If you really break it down, it'd not be good for us.
No, it would be.
And we are hopefully unprepared.
Yes. Yeah. So let's hope that we have some peace-loving aliens out there, and they don't invade. But if they do, then guess what? We just get a new meat suit.
Yeah, I'd be like, I guess I didn't think I was going out this way.
Yeah,
but,
that would be kind of a cool way to get shot by an alien.
Yeah, like what happened?
You probably doesn't. They probably made it where it's not even painful.
Oh, are there probably
they're millions of years advanced?
No, they'd probably make it extra painful.
Oh yeah. They could go.
They'd be like, oh, we're gonna make this as painful as fucking possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a slave. I'd rather just get shot.
Why would you think they were doing you a favor? They're conquesting.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like a service to others. Yeah.
Nice. No.
Yeah.
You're going to feel every piece of your atom splitting across your body.
You're probably right. Yeah, they probably perfected.
They probably perfected pain.
It's the Inquisition 4.0.
That's exactly
with
right.
AI attached to it.
They're going to be like, you stupid apes down here.
That's horrific.
So what's the final question? What's the verdict?
Well, we're fucked. If an alien invasion,
can we get another T-shirt that just says "we're fucked"?
Yeah, I think so. That would be a good one.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what happens.
That's it.
There's no other way around it. Logically, you're not going to, because they're not going to be primitive in the least bit.
No,
I mean, we can't even make it to the moon.
No,
we're struggling to get back.
It's
if
difficult
we ever
for us
did
to get back. Speaking of that. I left a comment today there was a NASA post, and they're like, here are the effects on astronauts in a microgravity environment. I'm glad they didn't say zero gravity because that would have been inaccurate. But they said muscle loss, bone density loss, and joints, like weakness of joints. They forgot about the two other most important things: brain tissue swelling and cosmic electromagnetic radiation destroying astronauts' bodies at a cellular level. They totally brushed over it. Do you think I care if I lose some muscles from being in space? No, I'm worried about my brain swelling after the fact. Look at all the older astronauts.
Yes, yeah.
Look at them right now. Compare them to someone that's been on the Earth, hasn't gone up there, that's even 10 years older than them. Look at their mental states.
The only hope we have is, as we are trying to become multiplanetarian, and as we are understanding our genome, that when we begin to live longer, then wisdom begins to take a hold, and then from there we get a different perspective of once we admit that, okay, yeah, there's aliens, okay, now what are we going to do? But I mean, if Benjamin Franklin was still alive, if Leonardo da Vinci was still alive, they would only be 400 years old.
Yeah.
600 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they already said, like, your kids are going to probably live forever because they can mess with the telomeres and all that stuff. And if you get quantum computing with the AI, it'll know what's wrong with your body.
Like right away.
So if you're going to live infinitely, then you're going to and they would already be that.
You're already living for a real long time.
Yeah. If they're a million years ahead of us, then they're going to be that.
Yeah.
Then we maybe there's some type of chance, but that no matter, and then that would maybe be an equal playing field a couple million years from now. Maybe, but if they're still ahead of us, then it's screwed.
But they're ahead. It's not like you catch up. Everybody progresses at the same time.
But it would only be fourth density, right? Because fifth density wouldn't invade.
No,
because they would be.
Because fifth density is half physical, half spiritual.
Yeah, so they wouldn't invade the Earth.
For what?
They may come here. Maybe they would come visit and have a conversation peacefully.
Yeah,
but so it would only have to be a fourth density negative. But there's a ton of those.
Here's what's going to happen.
There's more than we can even. We did a whole episode on insectoids and all that.
Yeah, we went over it with all the different races.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. Elon Musk is going to send some people to Mars. Okay? We're going to walk around and we're going to find some artifacts. And they're going to be human artifacts. And then we're going to be like, where the fuck did this come from? And then we're going to bring them back. And you know what's going to happen? The greatest search for understanding where those came from. And then at that point, religions will fall apart. And the world will be in it's going to be a massive catalyst for change. Because with human beings, they will see something of very physical evidence.
Well, I think borders will begin to drop.
Borders will drop.
Countries.
Things will that will be very, very transformational. And then our sites, because what do human beings do? What do we do right now? We want to know what the origin is. So then we're going to be like, who are the ancestors? And where are they now if they're not right here?
Well, I love this, and we'll close on this, but I love this part, what you're saying, because then when we understand a little bit more of our origin and understand where we came from, then we realize we're not just fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
And then once we realize that we're not just monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
then it changes our whole dynamic of who we are.
Absolutely.
And then now there comes a responsibility to look at humanity in a different light, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Because it's not one monkey just trying to get over on the next monkey.
No.
It's not evolution at its core, if you know what I mean, like what's taught nowadays.
We literally look at
survival of the fittest. It's not
we'd
that.
be like, how much extraterrestrial DNA you got in you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'd be looking at people and be like, huh. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing trying to hurt you? Like, we should be trying to figure out where these artifacts came from.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's going to be some time before that occurs. But mark my word, that's how it's going to happen.
Awesome.
So with that, enough said. Thank you very much for joining another late night episode here at the Higher Density Living Studio.